All right, moving on to the last two examples in 12.6, solving rational equations. Here we can look, we have two fractions on the left side and one fraction on the right side, so I'm not going to use the cross multiplying technique. What I'm going to do is I'm going to factor this to x plus 2, x plus 1, and then just draw a line through that. Also, I have to remember to state the restrictions here. The restrictions, and we should be getting pretty good at this now. The restrictions, -2 would make this 0, and -1 would make this 0. So the restrictions are -2 and -1. Okay, so I'm going to multiply through by the LCD of x plus 1, x plus 2. So I'm going to multiply this by x plus 1, x plus 2. So I just kind of cram it next to the fraction so I can get the canceling to take place that I need to get rid of my denominators. Okay, so looking at this first sector here, the x plus 2 is going to cancel, and so I have x times x is x squared, and then x times 1 is x. Okay, this middle sector is pretty nice. This all cancels and this all cancels, so the only thing left is this x. So I have plus x. And then here, the x plus 1 cancels, so I have 3x plus 6. So I have my equal sign, 3x plus 6. Okay, so I'm going to collect all my terms on the left side. I'm going to clean up this left side a little bit first. Okay, by just adding the x's together. And then I'm going to move this 3x over. So I'll subtract 3x. And then subtract 6. Okay, so I end up with x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. I'm going to factor that to x minus 3, x plus 2. And then using the zero product property, okay, I get x equals 3 and x equals -2. Okay, remember you can set those both equal to 0 and solve. Okay, so my solutions are 3 and -2. So solutions are 3, -2. But if you look here, remember I said at the beginning of this problem that it can't be -2. So this one right here, this -2, I have to rule out that solution, okay, because that's one of the restrictions. Okay, and then the only solution is 3. So don't forget to do that and check that at the end of the problem. Okay, so this last one here, remember that often these binomials here are hints to what this trinomial is probably going to factor into. Okay, and if you check this, it does factor into 3x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, so I just factored that trinomial. All right, so what are my restrictions here? Okay, the restrictions, right, kind of messy here, the restrictions. Well, this one, if you think about it, if we set that equal to 0, okay, and I'll just do it down here so you can see it. If I set that equal to 0, I move the 2 over, divide by 3, x equals 2/3. Okay, that's one of the restrictions, 2/3. Okay, the other restriction is what would make this 0. A -2 would make it 0. Okay, so there are my two restrictions to this problem. So now I'm going to multiply everything by 3x minus 2, x plus 2. All right, and you know, versus being lazy, just write it down next to each problem. So I got 3x minus 2, x plus 2. 3x minus 2, x plus 2, and 3x minus 2, x plus 2. Okay, now I'm going to get into this big canceling and multiplying game here. So this 3x minus 2 cancels out. I get a FOIL problem here. I got to take this binomial times this. So I'm going to actually just write that down here so we can see it. I'm going to have 3x minus 7 times x plus 2. Okay, that's what comes out of this first piece. The second piece, this all cancels. So I've just had this negative 8x plus 16. Negative 8x plus 16. Okay. And then on the right side here, the x plus 2 cancels, and I get a multiplication problem again, a FOIL problem, and I'm going to write it down. I have 3x minus 2 times x minus 2. Okay, can you see that? 3x minus 2 times x minus 2. Okay, well, here's a FOIL problem. I'm just going to take care of that. I got 3x squared. Outside is 6x, inside negative x, 7x, so I have negative x, and then negative 14. Copy down my minus 8x plus 16. Here I get 3x squared minus 8x plus 4. See, it's quite a big mess here. One nice thing is, though, you know, I'm going to clean up both sides. I'm going to combine like terms, and then we'll take a look at the nice little piece of this problem. Negative x, negative 9x, negative 14, and 16 make 2. And then I got 3x squared minus 8x plus 4. So here's the nice little kind of shortcut in this problem. I see that I have a 3x squared on both sides. Well, if I subtract 3x squared, look what happens. They cancel out. Okay, so I have negative 9x plus 2 equals negative 8x plus 4. So there's no squared anymore. I don't have to do any factoring to solve this. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to move. I suppose I'm going to move this 9x over, or add 9x. And then I move that 4 over to the other side, so I'll subtract 4. Okay. So it gets a quite long and messy problem here, but I got to keep track of everything, and I get minus 2 here, and I get x here. So I have x equals negative 2. Now, yay, I'm done, right? Well, I need to cross-reference it with my restrictions. And look, it says x cannot be negative 2, and then I found x equals negative 2. Oh no, okay, maybe smiley face, if you catch this, that you have to rule out that answer. And so how do you state your answer? Well, you would say no solution. Okay, so kind of a cruel one for the last one, all that work. Okay, any little sign error, any little multiplication error, we mess that up. Okay, so just be careful and take your time. That wraps up 12.6, and thanks for watching.